This is the Audi Q3. Now for me, it's a little bit like a tortoise. Part of the reason for that is that the shape of it reminds me of the tortoise with its shell. See what I mean? No? Well, how about if I do that? Yeah, got it? Another reason is that it seems to have been around for ages. You know, it's getting on a bit now, this car, but that doesn't stop Audi from still charging from just over £26,000 for one. However, if you click up there to go to carwow.co.uk, you can compare offers from dealers and buy a price you're confident in. Now, on average, people save £3,600 on a new car through Carwow. The Q3 it is getting on a bit, but Audi's tried to spruce it up with a new grille and some flash new tail lights. And when you jump on the inside, the interior of this car, I mean, it's all very nice, it's well made, it's typical Audi quality. It's just that it's one of the older generation of Audi cars rather than one of the more modern ones like the new Q5, for instance, or the new A4. And as a result, the design is starting to feel a little bit on the old side. So the layout of the controls down here, the dash design, you can't get it with the virtual cockpit. The way this pops up and you control it with this little wheel here, the infotainment system, rather than the new MMI system down here. And I mean, it's all right to use this infotainment system. It's just not as good, like I say, as the very latest Audi system. And if you click up there, you can see our full in-depth review of the infotainment system for some more information. But other than that, you know, it is still a very nice car to sit in, and it's practical as well. So you've got a bit of storage under here. You've got, yeah, the glove box is an all right size, but the door bins, they're massive. They can hold bigger bottles than this. And this thing continues here in the back of the car. So I'll just climb in first to show you. So yeah, look, it fits no problem at all. And on the whole, I fit no problem at all. Plenty of knee room and headroom. People over 6 foot are going to be fine in the back of this Q3. Carrying 3 is not so good though, because this central seat is quite small and it's raised up, so you do get a little less headroom, but it is doable if you need to. What's not doable is resting your arm there, because yeah, there's no armrest and no ski hatch either, which is a bit of a shame. And that brings us on to the boot. So the boot of the Q3 is smaller than that on the Mercedes GLA, and it's smaller than that on the BMW X1. It's bigger than that than on an A3 though, so it might be enough for most people. Nice square shape, as you can see. It's got the usual kind of features you expect in these kind of cars. So you've got some tethering points there. What I can't see, for love nor money, is a 12-volt socket. So if you wanted to hoover out the boot, or I don't know, plug in some electrical devices, you can't, not even under there. But look, we do have a space saver spare wheel and a little bit of extra storage around the edges. If I fold the seats down, you'll see how the land does lie, and you'll see that it doesn't lie, look, completely flat, that the floor is continuous, which does help when sliding things in, though this bit of boot lip does cause a bit of an obstruction, but it's not too large, and you've got a nice scuff plate over it so you don't scratch the paintwork. Actually, I'll tell you one other thing about this car, because the boot's quite wide, it does provide a bit of shelter when it's raining. Now, if you want to see how much stuff you can actually cram into this car's boot, click up there to watch our detailed practicality video. You'll see how easy it is to fit a child seat in the back of this car, and just what it's really like with 3 adults in the back. I bet you can't wait.
Now though, it's time to find out what the Q3 is like to drive. So let's hit the road.
So this Q3, it's actually a fairly pleasant car to drive. So it does that thing that all Audis do, where it goes about its business without too much fuss, and it does everything rather well, but it doesn't particularly set your world alight. So the handling, it's sure-footed, it's grippy, especially with this one because I've got Quattro all-wheel drive. And yeah, it goes where you point it. You just don't feel too much of what's going on, but you don't really care, because the flip side of that is that you don't feel too much of what's going on when you're driving around town. It's all just nice and easy. And that's what most buyers will like. Comfort-wise, not bad, so it goes over bumps well enough, though S-Line models have lowered stiffened suspension and they get bigger wheels, which does impact on the ride, but you can ask your dealer to fit the car with comfort suspension, and I recommend you do that. You can also fit adaptive dampers if you want to. In terms of sound insulation, it's generally pretty good. There is a bit of tyre roar, and I think visibility is quite nice in this car, so you sit up tall so you get a decent view out. There's not too many blind spots, decent view out the back window, and if you want to see for yourself, just click up there to join me for a 360-degree passenger ride video. Now you can get the Q3 with 2 petrol or 2 diesel engines, and if I were you, I would go for the 1.4 litre turbo petrol with 150 horsepower. It's nippy, it's smooth, gives decent economy, and you can get it as front wheel drive only, which will save you some money. And let's be honest, you don't really need all-wheel drive with this car now, do you? The Q3 is also available with a 6-speed manual, which is good, or this 7-speed automatic, which is also very good. This particular car has a 2-litre diesel engine in it with quattro all-wheel drive and the S-tronic gearbox, and it should be able to do about 53 miles per gallon, but I'm averaging 40. Still, it's fairly quick. It's got 180 horsepower. That's more than enough in a car like this.
There's plenty to like about the Audi Q3, however it does have a few annoying features. Here's 5.
The Q3 doesn't have any normal USB inputs. You have to have an Audi specific dongle, so it's a bit like an Apple MacBook in that respect. And this one is for an Apple iPhone, so yeah, I'm screwed today then. The car's standard 3-year warranty only covers you up to 60,000 miles, whereas that for a BMW X1 and Mercedes GLA will cover you up to 100,000 miles. So after that, you might have to work on it yourself. Ah, that looks a little bit confusing. This fake plastic honeycomb grille just looks a bit tacky, though the producer does quite like it. However, he's no arbiter of style. I mean, look at his shoes. This press car came with a little feedback form. Well, I've got some feedback for you, Audi. No one listens to CDs anymore. Unlike with the new A3, you can't get the Q3 with auto emergency braking. Oh, stop. Yeah.
Thankfully, there's still plenty to like about the Audi Q3 to help make up for all this. Here's 5 cool features.
You get electric-powered lumbar support as standard right across the range, whereas you don't get it as standard on the new A4. This surface is grippy to stop your keys rattling around the place, and you've even got a little hook for your shopping. This car's rear indicators pulse. Helps make it seem more model for those travelling behind you. The Q3 has a retractable parcel shelf, just like a proper SUV should, and you can play it like an accordion. The front passenger seat has ISOFIX anchor points, perfect for fitting a baby seat. Now if you click up there you can get more information and save an average of £2,600 on a new Audi Q3 at carwow.co.uk. So then, overall my verdict on this car: should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should shortlist the Q3. It's a good all-round premium SUV. It's just getting on a bit now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and click on the carwow logo to subscribe to our channel. And if you click on the video windows, you can watch our detailed practicality, infotainment and 360-degree passenger ride videos.
Did you spot the Easter egg in this video?